Welcome back to what Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Strv S1, it's a tier 8 Swedish tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Cliff and it's under the command of the Unlucky Leprechaun. And I'm afraid this is another troll video, yes, I'm afraid so. Unfortunately, taking out team damage from the game hasn't stopped people from being idiots in the game. And as Klaus Kellerman's still doing his greatest whole videos, I think you're the ones you know what I mean. I can't actually mention that word. If I do, Wargaming will, not Wargaming, YouTube will actually demonetize my videos, so I can't really mention the name of the series, but you know what I mean, the series where Klaus Kellerman shows people who are being complete problems for other people. It's the polite way of saying it. Okay, well, you can see the Unlucky Leprechaun has gone into siege mode and is looking for enemy targets. And the troll in this game is our T28 prototype. And yes, I think you can see that he's actually coming up to the nest right now. Yep, we're in the tank destroyer nest. And I'm coming out to third person, or going into third person, so you can see what the T28 prototype is doing. Now the Unlucky Leprechaun is aiming at the enemy, and there's plenty of room for that T28 prototype to play. All he's got to do is slide in alongside the Unlucky Leprechaun. Instead, what he's trying to do is push the Unlucky Leprechaun out of the game by shoving him over the cliff. And that's just downright unfriendly, and it's against Wargaming's rules. So of course, Wargaming, it's up to you to ban people like this, np300 in the T28 prototype, because he's breaking the rules. Yep, he's just refusing to play by the rules. Instead, he's pushing the Unlucky Leprechaun down the cliff. But for the fact, obviously, the Unlucky Leprechaun can come out of siege mode and get out, he's not trapped by those rocks. But he's actually now out of siege mode. Oh, the Unlucky Leprechaun's going to go back up there, because after all, he has a perfect right to fight from that position. And here comes the idiot again, the np300 T28 prot. And he's just trying to push the Unlucky Leprechaun away. He wants that spot all for himself. So the question to Wargaming is, why are people like np300 still in the game? They should have been banned years ago for unsportsmanlike behaviour. Unfortunately, Unlucky Leprechaun lost his cool there and fired at T28 prot, and he shouldn't do that either. But that's besides the point. He is actually trying to play the game, and the T28 prot is not trying to play the game. He's trying to kill his teammates. And this is completely ridiculous. There's no need for the T28 prot to do this. There's plenty of space, plenty of targets. All he needs to do is slide in alongside the Unlucky Leprechaun and carry on fighting. But he's determined to be an idiot. Well, thankfully now he's stopped temporarily, and that allows the Unlucky Leprechaun to actually get into a position where he can start getting damage on the enemy. There's an Object 277 over there, and he takes him out with one shot. So you can see the Unlucky Leprechaun is trying to play the game properly and fight. But in all the time that this battle was going on and the np300 was trying to ruin the Unlucky Leprechaun's game, the teams actually managed to get 2 tanks up on the enemy, but that may change very quickly. Okay, T28 prot has decided to go off and annoy somebody else in the team. I think he's noticed that the other members of the team appear to have actually gone around the cliff and are around the lighthouse. They've actually gone the full way round, And the unlucky leprechauns decided to move up to the centre of the map and shoot from the bushes in the centre. Now, it's not a foregone conclusion that they're going to win. They do have position, but the scores are still fairly even. The enemies managed to claw back some of those kills. Okay, unlucky leprechauns using the advantage to go up to this this part of the hill here where he can go into siege mode and use his ability to just peek over the edge of the ridgeline and shoot at the enemy. He has been spotted, and there is a Borsig over there. Is he going to go? Oh, that was a bad decision. He should have gone straight to the siege mode where he was, and now he's lost his driver. He's fixed that. He's climbing up the hill towards the top, and it looks to me like he's going to shoot from the top. Okay, well, let's see how he can get on now. Once he's in siege mode, he should be able to get good shots on some of those enemies. The scores are now even, so the enemy really hasn't been inconvenienced, and our guys are still on the east side of the map. Okay, has he got shots on that Progetto? Not yet. There's a rock in the way. And if he does move up too far, that Borsig's going to be able to put shots into him. I think the Borsig's there. Ah, we saw a tree go down. And yes, the unlucky leprechaun saw that as well. There's an STB down there. He could possibly get a shot on him. Yep. And he was spotted. Incoming shells. Yep. Yep. Luckily, his teammate in the Arty got some shots in there. I think he's decided to change position and go around the lighthouse and come out the other side and see if he can get shots from a better angle. Yes, this is much better. There's no rock in the way here, and he can hit that Progetto. Nice. Now he can use the ridgeline as well to his advantage. The enemy can't get shots on him because he's only going to pop up for a brief moment, and then he's going to pop down again. Go for the Progetto. Good hit. 433. Just go to town on these guys. Takes out the Progetto. They can get that STB's firing in his direction. Trying to go for the 7032. One right into his rear. He was seen, so he needs to be careful of that Borsig. Oh, unfortunately, there was an SE-130PM down there, and that was the kill shot. But 1,182 hit points of damage. But the team is now down 2 tanks, and I don't think they're going to win. And here's the troll. He's gone around the other side, but he hasn't really taken part in the battle as such. He's got no kills, possibly, potentially no damage on the enemy. He is what you might say a tomato, a very inexperienced player. But he doesn't appear to be taking part in the game at all. Maybe he just wanted to join the game so he could annoy other teammates. And the unlucky leprechaun was giving some choice advice to the T28 prototype to grow up. Well, I don't think this player is actually going to contribute anything to the game. And I'm afraid they're now down by 3 tanks, and they've got very little chance of winning this. The SU-130PM just found and killed the STB-1. So there's only 3 players left, and this is one of them, and he's doing absolutely nothing. The other 2 are down in the Western Pass. So Waffenträger auf Panzer 4 and the T26E5. Just not taking part in the battle at all. It makes you wonder why these sort of people actually do play the game if they don't know how to play the game properly at all. Well, we'll speed up the battle because we can't sit here forever. Rapidly running out of time. And all the other players on the team have now been killed, which leaves the T28 prototype as the only player left on his team, and I don't think he's even bothered to go back and reset the cap. Or is he? No, I think the enemy has decided it's no cap kill all, and it looks to me like np300 is headed for an early bath. No, they aren't going to cap. He's not interested in playing the game at all. He just wants to hide. In fact, this is how this player probably actually managed to get to a T28 prototype. He probably didn't take part in the battles at all and waited until other people won the game, and that's why his win rate is only 46%. He's relying on other people to win the battle for him and uses the XP he earns to contribute towards getting the tanks. Excuse me. So that's the end of the game. That game was, well, a bit of a waste because that T28 prototype, well, he really shouldn't be playing the game at all. Here's the end of battle results. We can see it's a defeat for the Unlucky Leprechaun. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, and he did pick up a medal actually. He got a Aslains medal for killing 2 enemy tanks or tank destroyers in a tank destroy in one battle, and they must be at least 2 tiers higher than his own tank. And of course the Object 277 and the Progetto 65 are both tier 10, and he took them out with a tier 8 tank destroyer, so very well done for him. When you look at the team scores, you can see that he's a little way down the table, about well, the top third with 1182 hit points of damage. T28 prototype did absolutely nothing. Whereas the Unlucky Leprechaun managed to get 2 kills, which put him second on his own team, and joint third overall. And when it came to base XP, the Unlucky Leprechaun got 335 base, which puts him third on the team. And the Troll was right at the bottom. He got 148 base XP for just turning up and ruining everybody else's game, ruining the Unlucky Leprechaun's game in the process. We look at detail report for the Unlucky Leprechaun. 7 shots fired, 6 direct hits, 4 penetrations, 1,182 hit points of damage, of which 604 were at more than 300 meters. 3 hits received from the enemy, all 3 were penetrations, I'm afraid, 2 on the way up the hill and 1 once he was at the top. 3 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 484 hit points of damage assist. He earned 50,747 credits, so it's not a bad haul in terms of credits, because the Strv S1 is a good credit earner. And he also picked up 1,724 XP overall, so it's not bad for him on that score either. But if we look at this player, I think that's his real name, np300. Yes, this player should be serving a ban for his behaviour during that game. So Wargaming, it's up to you to ban these people. Ban np300 for unsportsmanlike behaviour in trying to ruin that game. This guy just doesn't really want to play the game. He just wants to be a nuisance to other players. So best that you take him out of the game. Thanks for watching.